questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Draper, thank you for being here. This has been very, very informative, and I appreciate the work that you've done. Just full disclosure, before I became a member of Congress, I was a practicing pharmacist, actually participated in some 340B programs, but I'll be quite honest with you, I did not know the extent to what this program was being done until I got to Congress. I thought it was for rural hospitals and for low-income patients to get discounts on medications, and it was only until I got here that I discovered that it was being exploited, if you will, not illegally, but just that it wasn't defined well enough to cause people to not be able to exploit it like they were. I'm not saying that they were doing anything illegal. They were just simply, I'm just simply making the observation. It appears to me that Congress never made it clear exactly what we intended for the program to be. One of the things that's been discussed here today has been the number of contract pharmacies. And I want to make sure I understand, accessibility to these medications is very important. So it appears that the theme has been as if we can cut down on the number of contract pharmacies, we can control the program better. Whereas I would submit that it would be better if we could have a better patient definition and of who is eligible and who is not eligible, and not necessarily to have to cut down on the number of contract pharmacies. Would you agree with that?
I don't think our work suggests that cutting down on the number of contract pharmacies. I think it's just suggests having more rigorous oversight and the rules be clear.
Well, and I appreciate that. One of the things that concerns me is that there's legislation being proposed now to codify the current patient definition that dates back all the way to 1996. I mean, we got staff members who weren't even born then. So, that's, to me, ludicrous to even think about doing that. It has to be updated. But as I understand it, GAO and HHS have both identified the unclear patient definition as being one of the major problems. Is that true?
Yes.
And that's one of the problems that HRSA is having with really overseeing the program, is that the patient definition is not clear.
Well, it isn't clear, and that's one of our outstanding recommendations from 2011 that still needs to be implemented.
Right. Well, let me ask you something. Are you aware of a memo from the Congressional Research Services to Senator Cassidy that was dated on June 18th of this year?
Yes, I am.
So is it fair to say that the gist of that memo was to confirm that under the current patient definition that is being proposed to be codified into the system, that it's possible for a 340B hospital near Hollywood to get a discount for Botox, to be given to and then to be given to a movie star, and then to get a discount, a 340B discount?
Well, outpatient drugs are covered.
So that, yes, I mean, yes or no?
It's possible.
So it's possible for Botox to be under the 340B program and for a Hollywood star to get a discount and for that hospital to get a discount out of that drug. The thing is, Mr. Chairman, I don't think there's anyone here who doesn't think that this is a good program. It is a good program, but obviously it needs some safeguards. Obviously, we need guardrails on this program. We need to do some things and change some things to make this program better. If indeed, when the program was established in 1992, as some have suggested, that it was not clear exactly what it was intended for, we need to make that clear in Congress. This is incumbent upon us in Congress to make that clear, and that's what I want us to do. Let me ask you one other thing, and that's about the duplicate payments and the claims modifiers. I understand that some hospitals are getting discounts for both Medicaid and for the 340B program. Would a claims modifier not work to solve that problem?
The guidance isn't clear. There's been no guidance issued around related to Medicaid managed care. That's where the issue is. There is a process in place for Medicaid fee for service, but there is no process for Medicaid managed care, which is
right.
Which is where the problem is.
And that's what you said in your report. It says the potential for duplicate discounts related to Medicaid managed care has existed since 2010, when manufacturers were required to pay Medicaid rebates under managed care And currently, there are more Medicaid enrollees, prescriptions, and spending for drugs under managed care than fee-for-service.
Yes, that's correct.
So that just needs to be clarified, right?
Right, there needs
You
to
know,
be guidance
I
issued.
mean, the resolution to all this seems to be simple. We just need to update the code.
And I think somebody mentioned this, that, covered entities, I mean, they would like to have the guidance issued so that
Absolutely.
they're clear about what they're supposed to do as well.
Well, I hate to put this on record, but this is one time I kind of feel bad for the agency because we certainly haven't given you any guidance at all. And we need to do something about that. And I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, for holding this hearing and for us addressing this issue.
Thank you.
I yield back.
I appreciate the gentleman's time has expired. He yields back.